A quick layout of the heating and air conditioning line set. The copper pipes that are the conduit for the refrigerant, which actually helps to heat and cool, heat and a heat pump. It can heat, but primarily to cool your house for the air conditioning. So one may see these pipes protrude from the wall, entering the condenser outside, and wonder what the function are, which way the refrigerant travels, and things of this nature. So one can actually take and put a few marks. Now, if you do this yourself and you start using an air conditioner, the low pressure line is going to going to it will actually start sweating, so it will probably come off. But notwithstanding, we have this side, which will say cool, C for cool. We have this side we've marked hot for hot. So now what begs the question, which direction does the refrigerant flow? So the refrigerant comes from this in the large pipe. It comes in this direction as the arrow indicates. It goes into the condenser. It goes in as a low pressure vapor. It goes through the compressor, and subsequent to the compressor, it is compressed into a high pressure vapor. At this point, the cool air comes across if the fan motor's working and everything's working properly, and the high pressure vapor starts to condense. Then it comes out in this small pipe, which we've labeled hot or warm. It's generally warm. One can touch it. Sometimes when it runs fairly hard in the summer months like July and August, it can get a little bit hot to the touch. So we'll say hot or warm. So then this refrigerant will travel in this direction, and it goes back inside to the air handler, goes through a TXV or a piston, then it starts to flash, and then or whatever nomenclature one would like to use, and it goes from liquid to vapor and then all the way to vapor. It goes through the A coil, and once it goes through the A coil, the air comes across there. It pulls the hot air from the room through the return vent across here. That's another reason to keep your filters changed, and especially if you have pets, change it 3 times in the summer, twice in the winter months. But I mean fall and spring. So if no pets, maybe once or twice, 2 or 3 times a year. So keep your filters clean because it needs to pull that air across. If it cannot pull that air across, the refrigerant will drop it below 32 degrees, and then this will begin to freeze. And then subsequent to that, you will have frost. But for this video here, we are examining which direction the refrigerant flows. So again, once it comes out, it goes up. It comes out as a vapor. We'll call this the cool side. This should be cool to the touch, maybe even sweaty sometimes, and most of the time it should have an insulation on the larger line, and it goes in this direction towards the outside. Once it goes to the outside, again, it goes through the compressor as a low pressure vapor, compresses it, comes out as a high pressure vapor. The heat is dissipated by the fan, the condenser fan motor, and the air blowing over the coils. It comes down and it begins to turn uh, into liquid. So this is the liquid line or the high pressure line, and we've got H. We've got that just as a nomenclature for hot. You can put warm, hot, whatever you want to put. and again, this goes to the inside through the TXV or the piston into the A coil, back out, and returns to this line, the low pressure, the suction line, and this line is labeled C for cold, and it comes back out in that direction. So again, comes from the outside, comes into that would be coming to the outside unit. This would be going to the inside unit. So if you would like to draw a map, you can kind of draw you a map, something like this, and it may help you have comprehend uh, a more holistic approach towards the how the system works. Once you begin to get a better understanding of how everything works, it starts to everything starts to fall into place, and it becomes very simple. But well, I shouldn't say, I hesitate to say very simple, because it can always be complex. So anyway, going outside to the condenser, going inside as the arrow indicates, to the air to the A coil, and then it does a 360-degree cycle. And hopefully, if your refrigerant is right, all your levels are right, all your electronic parts are working, everything should be fine, then it's just a continuous 360 degrees all the way around, and it continues this cycle to cool down your house until the thermostat is satisfied. Then it turns itself off. I hope this helps, and so have a great day, and thank you for watching.